Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to a bit of Fallout New Vegas, a tale of two wastelands. Where today, we're I think going to be wrapping up most of the late game stuff. So, all that our objective is to prevent the assassination of President Kimball.
I'll meet you on the observation deck.
Okay.
I hear a troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground.
One of the ranger vets looked at me, and I just about surrendered.
Just listening to what people have to say. This chap's looking a bit clueless.
Mike Lawson sure knows his way around the dam.
Doesn't he?
Man, I'm exhausted. Moore's got us.
Okay. So we've got a few moments to check around.
Hey, I heard about you. What can I do for you, friend?
Nice looking doggy over there.
Thanks. We haven't been paired together long, but he's a smart dog.
Whatever.
I brush it every day. 100 brushes.
Hmm.
Nope. Haven't noticed anything strange at all. Neither has my friend here, and he has a good nose for these things.
Where will I go? Right. I apologise if I'm coughing, I've just eaten, so I've got a bit of reflux.
Hey-o!
What do you know about the president's visit?
He's coming to give a big fancy speech to all us troops stationed here at the dam. I'm pretty excited. He seems like such a nice guy, and I get to meet him. He's giving me a medal. I don't know why, though. I'm just doing my job like all the other guys. I'm still excited, though. Mama always told me not to talk to strangers. But you seem like a nice person. Mama left me on a farm when she went out prospecting. But when she never came back, the owner didn't want me around. Kicked me out on my own. A nice guy came up and asked me if I wanted to join the NCR, so I did. Now the troopers are my family. I like it here. Everyone is so nice. Bye-bye.
So there they got the NCR Rangers there. So yeah, so we're sweeping the area to make sure that President Kimball isn't assassinated. Because if we prevent his assassination...
I don't have time to talk right now. Move along.
Okay. Because if the president is assassinated, New Vegas will be blamed and the NCR will want blood. If Kimball is kept alive, however, and things go assuredly wrong,
We need to keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
then they can blame
Sounds
him.
like we're running prim now. I'd still rather take my leave at the strip. Hey,
Examine the controls for tampering. Okay, nothing unusual there.
you're cleared to go on through. Have you finished your security sweep? Well, hurry it up. We don't have much time.
Okay.
We need to keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
So everything seems a-okay there. There's one more thing I want to do. Must check the gun itself. It's coming by vertibird. And make sure that this thing ain't gonna do anything that we don't want it to do. Like go off. On an unrelated note. Oh. Right. Veronica. So NPCs attack Veronica. So if you get too close to the stage, the NPCs will attack you. So she was just following me, and she got attacked. Because they deemed her hostile when you went to that radius.
Hey, you haven't seen my friend around here, have you? His name is Ben, and he's an engineer. We were supposed to meet up so we can watch the president's speech together, but he hasn't shown up yet. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just keep waiting. Sorry to bother you.
Hmm.
Still no luck finding my friend. He better show up soon.
One of the ranger vets looked at me, and I just about surrendered.
And you're the one wearing bar armor. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nelson's back in our hand.
Blood. Perception 6 required. You examine the area, noticed a bloody wrench and a toolbox nearby. Someone was killed here recently and judged by the scene as one of the engineers. You should keep an eye out for any engineers acting strangely. I'm gonna take it anyway. So Ben,
Hey.
okay.
I sure hope I get to meet President Kimball.
President Kimball is going to arrive pretty soon to give a
Still no
speech
luck finding my
about
friend.
wounded soldiers.
He better show up soon.
I'll go out that way, okay. Engineers, weird.
Have you finished your security?
Okay. There's someone disguised as an engineer, possibly. Or is I need to start looking around the dam? So once we've done this, I think actually the battle for Hoover Dam is just about going to start. So we need to do the DLC before then. And that'll be like Honest Hearts, the Sierra Madre, the Old World Blues.
Nothing is going to happen to the president on my watch.
Okay. Sorry about that, gang. Just had to check something. He was not disguised as a sniper. He's not disguised as a sniper. Okie dokie. Sorry about that, pal. You know how it is. So I wonder if I can get at the dam itself. No engineers here, okay. What about the officers? Let's check down there.
President Kimball is going to arrive pretty soon to give a speech and meet that wounded soldier.
I've never seen a robot like that before.
It seems that the territories are about to blow up.
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately? That fiend leader
I hope
shouldn't
you're
have
doing
messed
well,
with our
friend.
great army. Everyone is abuzz about Oliver arriving soon.
I'm honored to
That
work
must
with
mean the
Lawson.
battle is close.
He knows more about the dam than anyone.
Morning.
That fiend leader
Did
shouldn't
you know
have
the
messed with our
strip's
great
all
army.
stirred up lately?
Safe room key, that's interesting. It's the power plant.
I'm not sure I'll ever learn everything there is to know about this place. Those Legion elite troops are bad blood.
Sounds like... Well, look who it is.
Nope. So I'm just asking about the engineers,
Sounds like
but
we're running prim now.
okay, let's check the power plant. I do apologise for the coughing.
What's up?
Yeah, lots of bugs
Our
going
rangers
around.
are gonna show everyone
You're
what
a model
happens when we're
citizen,
pissed
thank
off.
I hear the Securitrons are tougher since their faces changed.
Sounds like we're running prim now. I'd still rather take my leave at the strip.
What do you need?
Hey, Paladin. So the Knights, so the Brothers of Steel are here. They've actually come along. That's kind of neat.
Things are getting stranger every
President
day.
Kimball's gonna arrive pretty soon to give his speech and meet
Yeah, I'm just checking the.
It seems that the territories are about to blow up. I've never seen a robot like that before.
Where's this engineer? Okay, maybe we should just go back. Because we're going to see a lot of the dam later. And believe me, the battle over the dam is a pain in the ass.
The Legion would have to be insane to attack this place.
Hello. You're in a different bit of gear.
Hello there, youngster. Welcome to my baby. The power station, the dam, they're my babies. Well, don't tell my grandchildren I said that. Anything in here that I haven't rebuilt, I've fixed. I've been here since well before the first battle. I've ground my knuckles on so much cement in here, it is nearly as much me as it is cement. I was down there for most of it, so I can't tell you much of what the boys with the guns were doing up top. From talking to the boys that were fighting up there, I can tell you that Hanlon managed to pull off what most people would have thought impossible. I'm the head engineer. I make sure the turbines keep spinning and the water keeps pumping. Been better, been worse. When I first came here, there was but one turbine spinning. At one point shortly after the last battle, I had 6 of them spinning. It was a wonderful sound. Only 4 of them are running right now. A little bit ago, one of the intake towers got clogged. No water running through it anymore to spin the generators. One of these days, I'll get some boys out to the turbine to get it running again. But right now, it is pretty low on the priority list.
There's President Eden. Yeah. So he mentions that one of the intake tunnels is clogged.
Man, I'm exhausted. Moore's got us running drills non-stop.
That is something I actually want to investigate. It would be useful to do so. That was pretty cool. I like that touch. I was wondering what was going to happen. So, I'm going to check these intake tunnels and just see if there's anything suspicious. Because I think there might be. To the second floor. Okay. while we're exploring, because I appreciate we might be here a while, I want to break it up with just going I want to talk a bit about some bad news I've heard actually recently. E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3, has officially been axed. It was announced a couple of days ago. E3 was originally E3 was an expo, so the idea was it was meant to be for businesses to do business in the video games industry and things like that, and just sell electronics. It was a place where you could sort of meet and greet other people, swap details, do trade, all this sort of thing. However, E3 eventually became a convention. It was a massive consumer grade event, and there were all these theatrics, game trailers, you try out game demos, you hear all the news, you speak to the developers themselves. It was pretty good.
Man, I'm exhausted. Moore's got us running drills now.
At least I got one guy down here with a sniper rifle, no less. Okay. Yeah. So. But yeah, it eventually became more of a convention where. Okay, let's keep looking around here. And it was more for like the consumers, and the business side kind of kept getting pushed back, and it was more about showing off trailers. And again, it was becoming a lot harder for a lot of it. You may notice I'm speaking a bit more negatively about E3, because as nostalgic as people are for E3, there were a lot of problems that just go completely overlooked. Yeah. This compound. That's General Lee Oliver. So. So yeah, so it's becoming harder for indie devs to actually make themselves and their products known, because a lot of bigger publishers wanted to monopolize floor space, and they wanted to yeah, really just try and corner the arena in which they were showing off their wares. And it was a good play. Like, so don't get me wrong, a lot of developers actually found that great success at E3. You know, anybody who's anybody, anybody's just somebody, goes to E3. That was the kind of thing about it. In a second. I was turned off this terminal here. Nope. Doesn't signify anything. Okay. Yeah, so anybody who's somebody goes to E3, and a lot of developers did find success. A lot of indie developers and publishers went there. But the thing is, it became more about theatrics than business. Yeah, it was a lot less about the actual trade and more about letting people try different things out. And that's cool, you know? A lot of people got first-hand experiences with things, but there was also a lot of cloak and dagger bullshit going on as well. For example, like, you know, there was a lot of controversy around Cyberpunk at the time. For example, like how Cyberpunk, oh yeah, like you've got a PS, it really is plugged into a PS4, and actually it turns out it's like it's on the highest end PC that you can actually imagine. But no, this is what it looked like on PS4. It's like, so that wasn't particularly great. Not that anybody particularly cared about that when PC Gamer reported on that. Yeah. So yeah, there were like I think a lot of as good a time as people had. I think in general, people also remember a lot of the smoke and dagger. Sorry, the smoke and mirrors. Sorry, I say cloak and dagger. I mean smoke and mirrors. I do apologise. I'm mixed up my analogies, metaphors, whatever. Phrases, you know, whatever the case may be. I've mixed up. So yeah. Anything here? So yeah, there was a lot of smoke and mirrors, and I think a lot of people remember a lot of the deceptive trailers, and it's a shame. It really is a shame that that's happened, but yeah. But you know, E3 didn't really. I said like E3 didn't vet a lot of these companies, and one is like, well, but can they really do that? So yeah. But like E3, it was like a phenomenally fantastic experience for all the theatrics and all the shows. It was thoroughly entertaining. It was always great to watch. But there were a number of things that actually killed it off. First of all, why were businesses going? It wasn't really, for a lot of them, it wasn't really worth it. Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony went there, and they were like the big ones. Like you'd have like the Activision conference, you'd have the Devolver Digital conference. Those are like the, I guess, big five ones. You might have some other companies go as well, but generally it was just like it was mostly just like big companies. You just see very little indie stuff, especially on the big screen. You know, yeah, like up on stage. So yeah. Oh, this is interesting. I may well have just inadvertently helped the Legion with that. But I don't know. Still no sign of this dodgy engineer. But yeah. So yeah, thoroughly entertaining, but like provided very little of actual use. I'm a cynic. I don't like the hype train. I don't like hype train stuff. It doesn't interest me. The amount it is done to anti-consumer practice is pretty bad. But hey, there's plenty of people who enable it.
Sounds like we're running prim now. I'd still rather take my leave at the strip.
They are dodgy boys over here. Yeah. No sign of this engineer yet. So yeah, it's not great.
Our rangers are going to show everyone what happens when we're pissed off.
More about the dam than anyone.
Where else to go? That's the visitor centre, that's the visitor centre. We have one more super around here. So it was all that. But then, other problems include, like, I think in 2018, there was a massive security leak, which, a massive security breach where every single participant's or attendee's details were leaked. Yeah, they're all leaked. And the thing is that, like, well, you kind of need journalists to talk about the events that go on at E3 and spread them outside of E3. And, well, if you're leaking their details, naturally, you know, they're not going to want to come back. So that certainly didn't help. Other attendees as well who would have gone wouldn't go again because of the security leak in which their details are probably now on the dark web being sold or whatever. Yeah, so that's not good.
Those cons got the hint. We've shown everyone that these are our new territories. I hear a troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground.
There's nowhere else to look for this person.
Sounds like we're running prim now.
Okay, let's go back to the visitor centre. But yeah, so that happened, and then COVID-19 sort of happened as well. So we can hear. Oh. Basic assignments are this. Rangers will secure the perimeter and keep an eye out for external threats. Additional rangers will be stationed around the stage throughout the crowd. Their primary job is to keep an eye out on the crowd, make sure nothing happens. I want sharpshooters positioned at the following potential sniper locations. Visitor Centre roof, that's this building. Western Ridge, Dam Tower roof 1, I think we checked there. I want a radio up there to check in. Stay frosty today, nothing bad is going to happen on our watch. The President's arrival today, security is running a final sweep of the area of operations. Only members of the security team will have weapons at the President's speech. This means that all troopers at the speech must be learning to stow weapons beforehand. We'll limit people allowed to see the speech to a small number to reduce any potential risk to the President. I can't whether the President is travelling with only 2 raiders, just so our security union will need to be on full alert. I still like to log my concerns about not having enough time to prepare for this, but we'll not. But we'll do our jobs now. Engineering report, Mike Lawson. Okay. Vertibirds is having some issues with the flight control computer. I've had some of the techs here examine the logs that were sent, and we think we can fix the issue with a small computer update. Ranger Grant has given me permission to use one of the NCR engineers, examine the Vertibird when it arrives, as well as having our computer update. Okay. So.
Those cons got the hint. We've shown everyone that these are our new territories.
Right, I'm just going to check upstairs one more time.
House was the only thing keeping Vegas from joining the NCR.
We won't go quiet, man. I'm exhausted. Count on that.
Nothing about that.
Still no luck finding my friend. He better show up soon.
Right, I'm going to check the sniper locations again one more time.
You're cleared to go on through.
I don't have time to talk right now.
Okay.
Have you finished your security sweep?
Okay, I just want to check one more thing. So the visitor centre there. That's all good. So put my lights on.
I don't have time to talk right now.
Do I have a note as to saying I love bananas? Okay. Great password. Right. Sniper locations, okay. So I think that's just about everything. I can't think of anything else. There might be one sniper missing there. Oh yes, over there as well. We'll just have a quick look over there. Let's see, just check everything's recording, that's fine. Yeah, great. Yeah, it might be a bit of a shorter episode today. So E3, like, when COVID hit, E3 was basically just cancelled indefinitely due to the pandemic, in, like, 2020. So I think it was actually 2019 when they had the data leak, and then, oh! Whoops. I wanted to investigate that area, but I couldn't because the quest fails. You can't walk up too far away. But at least we know the locations. So there's meant to be a sniper over there, up there, and there.
Have you finished your security sweep? Looks like that's his vertibird coming right now. It's showtime. Let's not mess this up. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some security procedures to oversee.
There we are.
Wish I could have been there to see Caesar die. What an asshole.
This is the presidential vertibird.
Nothing is going to happen to the president on my watch.
Come on, Mr. President. Let's keep you moving along. Examine the vertibird. The assessors could have done something to the vertibird. Requires repair all explosives 50%. Strange items are belong. It's a bomb. You skillfully disarm the bomb. Disable the bomb. Remove it from the vertibird. Nice.
Move along.
It's one attempt thwarted.
You're cleared to go on through. Come back in a minute. I'm busy with security matters.
Do you mind?
I'm with one of the engineers.
Thank you, my fellow Californians, who have come so far to answer the call to service put forth by the Republic. It is for you that I have come here.
Wait, did you just see
And
that?
it is because of you that I am able to do so. We enjoy our privileges because you... It is because men and women like Private First Class, Jeremy Watson, that Nevada and the new California Republic remain free
You didn't see it.
and secure. It is for you that I have come here. And it is because of you that I am
See there?
able to do so. We enjoy our privileges because you take the greatest of risks and are prepared to make the most noble sacrifices. It is because men and women like Private First Class, Jeremy Watson, that Nevada and the new California Republic remain free and secure. Born in a tin shack on the outskirts of one pine, Jeremy Watson never had it easy. His father was a caravan guard on the short route, And his mother, like many Californians, braved the ruins of the old world. As a
Will
prospector,
you be keeping an eye out for anything suspicious? A bomb on the President's vertibird. Only a limited number of people had access to the vertibird. We have to get the President out of here now. I'll cancel the speech and have security search the area. We can't relax until we get the President out of here safe.
they suffered through water shortages, raider attacks, and the Brotherhood War. Like our mighty Sierra Nevada,
Not now.
they endured. But the time came when they could no longer shoulder the burden alone. 12 years ago, they called out for help.
So now they're gonna get him on the vertibird. Stranger was killed not too long ago. That's another station at the top of the tower. Oh, so we got one of them.
Not now.
So they've had to cancel the speech and evacuate him.
Do you mind? Evening. Do you mind?
And there we go. To the wild brown yonder. You'll know when it happens.
Wish I could have been there to see Caesar die. What an ass. Good job today. You got the President out safe and sound. I couldn't have done it without you. You have my thanks.
So, we've we've only gone and done it. We've saved the President of the New California Republic. We've powered up
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
the Securitrons and yes man even further. I think we're pretty much ready to mop up. But we do have some DLC to do. And that will probably take a while. I'm just gonna check as well to see if there's anything I need to do. Any companion quests, things like that. We want to try and get the best of ending that we can.
President Kimball survived his visit to Hoover Dam. Nice one. Now, moving on. Don't you love seeing the Lucky 38 all lit up? Sign of things to come. Exciting news! The Legion's massing troops in a staging area east of the dam. Attack imminent. Monster of the East ready to roll. Well, some of Mr. House's projections predict a moderate probability of civil instability subsequent to the NCR being driven from the Vegas region. One of the mitigating contingencies he planned was to enlist the followers to provide increased medical aid throughout the region. Just seems like it might help keep things stable when we go independent. Not that I know what I'm talking about. Wonderful. I'll keep tabs on the situation at the dam. See you in a bit.
So this seems to be optional content. Well, restored content. Because as far as I'm aware, this wasn't here before. Yeah, this wasn't an option before. So I don't really need my companions, we're alright. So, I think we're good. Oh yeah, speaking of humanitarian and generally nice things, Hasbro have let go of 1,500 employees. I think mostly at the Road to Island office. You know, obviously a few days before Christmas. Which I think is absolutely awful conduct. And I think should be illegal. You know, like this is going to be the busiest, most in-demand time of the year for money. And they let them go. Like this happened, I think, in 1998 in the Glasgow office or London office. Yeah. And yeah, it was a rough time for everyone involved. So.
Emily says you're working with her on bugging the Lucky 38. That information would be invaluable to our research if you can get it done. Well, it looks like you've earned yourself a discount on supplies now that we'll be fully covered. This supply deal will aid our work immensely.
Sorry if I've if I skipped the dialogue there.
I'm sure you have your reasons, but we are much too busy to waste our time on those selfish bastards. Even if we wanted to, we don't have the resources to handle such a monumental task right now. Unless you can handle our supply shortages, the best we can do is scrape by here in Freeside.
Evening.
So, I gotta try and get the Borders of the Apocalypse, even though I'm idolized to support us. So we'll see what we can do. Let's check on the Garretts. Trying to think of who else wanted it as well.
Hungry? Thirsty? Horny?
Yeah, let's check the Wrangler.
Well, I hate to support the damn NCR, but it looks like they're the only thing between us and mass slavery at the hands of the Legion. Here's to the slaughter of every last one of those Brahmin-poking meatheads, Caesar's Legion. Sorry, Bob, but I'm fresh out of ideas. I've done all I can to scrub up your rep around here. What's done is done. All right, I can chat you up. Great. This is gonna require an epic tale of heroism. I've got it. I'll say you slew a nest of Deathclaws living in the sewers. It was bloody work, But you waded through the pack like a man possessed. Just to make this clear, I can only spin a whopper this big once. There's only so much people will believe before they see through the bullshit.
Howdy.
I lies, yeah, that's good.
I hear Benny went missing. I can't help but wonder what happened to him.
Hey, thanks for helping me out. Being back and working really saved my life.
And I am back. So I'm just going to check something, because I know how to analyze the follower style now. But just make sure everything's okie-dory. It's running fine. Good. Yeah. So, going back to Hasbro very quickly. Yeah, it's not good that they've done that. And it's the reason is because of their toy lines, and I don't necessarily blame Hasbro for flailing when, you know, they have that many generations for the G.I. Joe and Transformers toys and what. It's just absolute arseache to follow all of that stuff. So, I'm not surprised that they're failing. But I remember Chris Cox, and yes, his name is spelled the way you don't think it is, but it's funny to think it is. Yeah, he
Weapons use is discouraged. Thank you for your cooperation. You're always welcome in this town. Enjoy your time in Vegas.
the bug. I think it was on one of these terminals that you put the bug on. I'm not sure. Oh. The chamber's been removed as well. But there's an invisible wall here. Huh. That's all shut down, so I can't plant the bug. The floor, so that's okay.
Enjoy your time in Vegas.
Casino. Let's get my followers as well.
Aw, just...
Yeah, so it's like, Hasbro's not really doing all that well. I'm disappointed in their conduct, but it is not at all expected. Oh yeah, it was when Chris Cox was saying that like letting people go is not a viable strategy earlier this year, and well, whoops. Turns out it is. Turns out it actually does work to save them a bit of money for their end of year financial reports, which is disgusting. So yeah. Going back as well to E3. E3, another problem with E3 I've remembered as well, is that like it was in the middle of two things and it had no place between them. So you've got something called the GDC, the Game Developer Conference. It's in these like TED Talks for game developers. One of the people who did that was Josh Sawyer, one of the lead designers of this game, talking about Pillars of Eternity and how he solved like some of the problems of D&D's ability scores in Pillars of Eternity. That's very good of him. You've also got one of the writers of Starfield.
I'm so much happier now. Thank you.
Who did a talk there. called Keep It Simple Stupid, about his design philosophy for writing. And you can see...
I've heard a few patients mention the Securitrons are acting strangely, and no one has heard from Mr. House in a while. If House is out of the picture, maybe we'll be able to get our hands on some of his technology. It would help our scientists greatly.
And you begin to see like why the writing in Bethesda games has flagged on clouds for a while.
I'm sure you have your unless you can handle... Even if we wanted to, we don't have the resources to handle such a monumental task right now. Unless you can handle our supply... How much? Good to hear. Oh, by the way, I got a shipment of magazines from home I'd be willing to sell if you're interested. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so Right, 1 second. Okay, so I think I found the way of solving this quest. I just need to buy more musical supplies. So I think I'm going to keep donating more and more to a sale. Guess we're having a bit of a run around. So yeah, so you have the GDC, which is where game developers talk video games to each other and no one else. Although you can watch the videos on YouTube and they are very insightful. I strongly recommend watching. They're a vast source of knowledge, especially if you're looking to get into your own. Video game development. Watch an article of watch a video of the game that's inspired you. I guarantee you will learn something incredibly useful.
Howdy.
God damn, that just keep coming.
How's it going, friend?
Let's have a look at his...
Thanks. I only offer services if the king gives the okay. Impress him and we can talk.
There's also as well.
Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. What I'm about to share with you does not leave this room, eh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection. No one can distinguish between my work and the real thing. What I'm referring to is passports.
Okay.
No problem.
So now I need to hit all the merchants. Actually... Okay, never mind. There's a caravan. Let's try and buy some meds there. I'm trying to think of where else sells medicine.
Hey there. You looking to buy or sell?
So yeah, so you've got the Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate.
Looks like we booted the Legion out of Nelson. About damn time.
Yeah. So you've got the
Been doing a lot of good work out there, setting an example for the others. I know Ranger Jackson appreciates it.
you got the GDC, the Game Developer Conferences, but then you've also got Gamescom as well, which is a convention for gamers to go to and enjoy stuff there. And yeah, you might see developers there and whatnot talk about games and doing stuff, but it really is like it is a games in games.
Just my luck. What'll it be this time?
Convention. Guess. Where else to go now?
Thanks for the assist. Wish others around here had your drive.
Don't know if there's anywhere in Prim that sells anything. Good Springs. I'll have some stuff for me. Snip into the store.
That was a hell of a fight. Let's hope it doesn't bite us in the ass later on. Can do. Pleasure doing business.
Yeah, I think sure to make my own chems in my lab. Can't do anything else. Talk to Doc as well. Talk Mitchell. Who's that?
How are you holding up?
What's that on your old vault on the strip? Vault 21, right? Mr. House filled it in concrete.
Yep, he sure did. Wanted himself a hotel, and to make sure once he made the change there'd never be any going back. We didn't get a say. I don't know how you'd argue with a fella like that anyways. Everywhere and nowhere all at once. So, just like that, we was all homeless. Went our separate ways, and that was all she wrote.
Is that when you settled out here with your wife?
Eventually, we made our way out here, but, well, when folks spend their lives in isolation, sometimes that ain't the best of things for learning to fight off germs. We was going to California, but Good Springs was as far as we got. After she passed, wasn't no reason to keep going. I stayed so I could keep close to her. Sure.
Blood pack. No medics. Take doctor specs just in case.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. Most folks out here ain't educated, so people with medical know-how are hard to come by. I found that I could help a lot of people with what I knew, and that was all right with me. Eventually, I went back and married my childhood sweetheart, and that was the end of my traveling days. Didn't miss it none then. Still don't. You take care now.
Cheers, Doc. Okay, just have a quick look around, see if there's anything I can steal. No, never mind. Yep. Okay. That's alright. We'll talk to Trudy. Aye. So yeah. So like E3 is kind of like just stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that. Got a special discount for you after what you done for us.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
Yeah. Can't think of anywhere else. I can really go for medical supplies unless I go to the prison complex, maybe. Just loot the bodies, just see if I can get enough stuff.
Need to talk about something?
Yeah. Looks like we're doing it this way. Oh, that's why this powder gang is still here.
Hey!
Come on!
That's a cell block I didn't clear out. Medics, thank you, that's what I needed. So yeah, so E3 is like kind of just done for. Once like Gamescom really got going and the GDC happened, and of course like, you got the online stuff as well. Like Nintendo did what's called Nintendo Direct, where they show off their stuff, they stream it, and then they just keep it on YouTube, and you can just watch it live or from the comfort of your home, without having to spend hundreds of dollars traveling to wherever to watch the bleeding show. So yeah. So that's why it didn't really work out. I was gonna stay to watch it, you know? So yeah, after that Sony followed suit, and it kind of just went to pot there really, because it's like, well, not to mention, well, Activision's already paying for BlizzCon, so it just wasn't really worth it. Now, like, you've got the Game Awards, where the award ceremony itself is like an afterthought, shoved right to the end. And, yeah. So yeah, it was, completely unnecessary to, stick around. Alright, I think we've got all the stuff we can get here. But I do want to finish the job as well. So there is one person I have to deal with. Don't really want to do it, but it's kind of necessary.
Uh-oh.
Carter. Got Carter. Okay, no supplies here. So, I'm trying to think of where else I can get some other medical supplies to convince the followers to support an independent Vegas. Once I've done that, then we can do the deals. Just add this location to my map. But yeah, I think after this, like once we've done this quest, then I think we're then doing the Wasteland stuff. Let's see if that's enough anyway. Enough free medical supplies. I just keep going back and just see if, like, we've done enough to win them over.
Hey, you're the one who's been...
People say Mr. House hasn't been heard from in a while. Good riddance. Now, what can I get for you?
Right, I won't mind buying ammo, so I'll just buy everything that's got. Might be here a while. So yeah, like, I'm on the loss of E3, but let's be honest, like, would you have gone if you knew it was the last one? Because I don't think a lot of people would.
Another satisfied customer.
Done and done. Bats.
You can't help but notice that the Brotherhood barely exists to these people out here. We're like an urban myth, no real presence on the outside. We just don't adapt like we should. Used to be that all you needed to get your way was a suit of power armor and a laser rifle. Now, people are armed and organized. They're not afraid. But we still stick to our old approach because it's all we know.
It's what this lives with beliefs and faith. Is there the passage you'll have to change?
I think you're right. We're getting desperate. Hardly enough people to sustain ourselves as a chapter. They'll see the light, sooner or later. But I get the feeling if I don't take matters into my own hands, the change won't come in time to make a difference. You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders or see the value in their simpler technologies. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. I can't lose them.
So yeah, so when you talk to, like, when you progress through the game, your companion should ordinarily talk to you, but because, like, we recruited Veronica and, like, went through all this sort of stuff originally, it's a bit late. But I'm just trying to get all the companion stuff done.
What'd you think of Mr. House? I was surprised he only had the 2 robot sex slaves.
Two? I knew he had 1. Who's the other?
That chip of yours? I wouldn't wager it on blackjack. Unless the dealer has a 5 or 6 showing. Next stop, Hoover Dam, huh? When we get there, can we stop by the souvenir shop? Their beaver mascot is just precious. What's up?
Okay. Exhaust all our options.
It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know? Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology, controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission. More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it. No, actually, you're born into it. My parents, their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point. I keep hoping we'll change that. I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically grocery shopping, except sometimes the groceries are scavenged parts and arcane technology. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units, but he'd never tell me what they were for. Nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the 188, but sometimes I think it's just to keep me out of everyone's hair. I know sometimes I sound like I don't, I know, but there's something that still rings true to me about our code. There's an honor to it. We're protecting people, even if it's from themselves. It's a good cause. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes, treat all our practices with the same sacredness. Ah, the Codex.
The Codex of
If it's in
Starfies.
there, we have to abide it. If it's not important. It documents our history, too.
Oh, it's a Warhammer
Part of what
reference.
scribes
Right.
like me do is update it. I wonder. Nah, they'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's axioms. No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously.
Can you guess which chapter that was?
He was our elder when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east. It was a dam, really. We'd heard rumors it was working. Figured we could claim it, put it to use. And it may also have been partly that our elder at the time had worn out his welcome. Didn't end up mattering. We got sidetracked at Helios 1, and the NCR took the dam in the meantime. We're still after it, though. In theory. I called them family before. That's not far off. Both the good and the bad. It's like a big, unending family reunion in that bunker. There's people you love, people you'll never speak to again, and it's always awkward when you run into someone you used to date. Darn it! I had some spectacular answers coming, too. I would say he was my tutor, but that doesn't cover it. After my parents passed, he looked after me. The whole Brotherhood brought me up, really, but he made sure of it. I never had a grandfather, not that I knew, anyway. But Elijah was in some ways what I'd imagined a grandfather to be. It was by his request, actually. He cleared it with the other elders. Somehow. They sent him to look into the dam. There was a time when I'd have begged to follow. Watch him at work. He did. For years, he fought with the council. Taught me to question our direction. Meanwhile, he'd become more out of touch than all of them. On our way east, he demanded we stop at Helios 1 to examine it. While we were there, we received word that the NCR had taken the dam. He was furious. Called it children playing with a bomb, but he was mad because we'd lost his power. What we'd use it for. He didn't even care. They're cautious. When they discover something, they respect it, learn its limits, consider how to preserve it. Used to drive Father Elijah crazy. He liked to learn limits too, but only so he could push them. That's not to excuse the other elders, though. They all covet technology for its own sake. Some are just more fanatical than others.
One second, I'm just gonna read a message.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't help him. He just didn't listen. And the idea that people talk back to him... If he could have made the Brotherhood act like machines, ordering them around with the push of a button, he would have. Elijah could look at an old device and immediately understand what made it work. And he could see its potential, where it fit with other technology. It's not something he could teach, but he tried with me. Some of it stuck. But that's what he taught me. You ask what I learned from him. I learned what I don't want to become. In the end, there was just him and his vision. Nothing and no one else. Yeah, I miss him. I don't know. Last time anyone saw him was in the battle at Helios 1. I wasn't there. He gave orders to hold the plant until it could be reactivated. But he ran out of time. The NCR overran it. Everyone thought he was dead. But I got a note from him at a comm station. That's how he liked to talk, even to me. He wasn't good at face-to-face. It was... strange. Even for Father Elijah. He's always been unstable, but this was... something else. I don't want to say delusional, but I don't know what else to call it. The only thing familiar about it was the signature. He said the Brotherhood was doomed, but that he'd return, save us. But the way he said it... I don't know. Said he'd return with one of the greatest treasures of the old world, make the Mojave like it was meant to be. Wipe the slate clean. Can I make it up? Just my parents, but they haven't been around for a long time. Dad was a paladin, Mom was a scribe. They died in the same battle, trying to hold off the NCR from... something. I don't remember what it was. Guess it seemed important at the time. Nowhere specific. I just know there are a lot of groups who are actually doing well for themselves out here. I want to understand how and why. See them at work.
Excuse me 1 second. Where, oh where, is the brother to steal when you need someone to fix your phone? So, hopefully, we're all done now. Please tell me we're done.
It looks like you took care of our short-term supply issues. In thanks, you can have a discount on medical services with me. Also, I would like to extend an invitation to join the followers of the Apocalypse. Your work here in the old Mormon fort has been invaluable, and I can't think of a more worthy recruit. Will you join us? Our aim is to gradually shape a better, brighter future for the Wasteland. We seek to heal the planet through efforts not unlike the medicine and education we offer here in the old Mormon fort. All we ask is members and those seeking aid do their best to help those in need when the opportunity arises. Excellent! The followers' mission will be better served with someone like yourself traveling around the Mojave. As a representative of the followers, I present you with your very own lab coat. Wear it well, and may it aid our cause. Also, before I forget, here's a key to a safe house you can use to rest if you happen to be in the area. I'll just mark it on your map. Thanks for the donation. Every bit goes toward helping Freeside. Why should we support Vegas? They've locked Freeside out of the city and do nothing to help their neighboring townsfolk.
The same plans in motion which will ensure both the Legion and NCR pushed out the Mojave.
Wow. Whatever you have planned must be pretty big to give them the boot, but this sounds dangerous. I refuse to put my people at risk. If the NCR are pushed out, the Raiders and other scum will run amok.
There's that, but...
That is somewhat reassuring, but we still don't have the resources to care for the entire Mojave by ourselves. We already experience regular supply shortages. Opening our door to the entire region... I don't see how this could ever work.
Got an opportunity for the followers to spread the knowledge and care throughout the Mojave.
It is indeed our duty to teach and improve the living conditions of our fellow man, but we're talking an insane amount of logistics to make this work.
You'd establish a foothold in the region and be one step closer to rebuilding the Mojave.
I think I see now what you intend to set in motion. If this plan will bring us one step closer to revitalizing the region, you can count on our support. So long as you keep us supplied, we will stay in the Mojave to provide care and education for those in need.
The fiends are running for their lives. That'll show everyone what we do to our enemies.
So there we go.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph.
What's up? Yeah, it's not for poker. I've never seen anything quite like it, but I can tell you it looks like it was fabricated before the war, and not at a mint. Some kind of tech. I'm gonna say mid-2200s. Hold on to it. Might be your lucky chip. Sure, he's one of the hotel managers on the Strip. He comes up in the news now and then. Him and the other chairman run the Tops. It's one of the nicer hotels. Or so I hear. Elder McNamara wouldn't shell out for a passport for me, so I've actually never been to the Strip. Why do people get so cheap when they get old? Ooh, do I get a prize if I answer right?
Oh, yes, this one.
I want a dress. Yeah, a good one. Something elegant and classy, you know? But still stylish. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but also says, don't fuck with me. I keep hoping I'll come across some old-world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California. Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants. I just like them, you know? They make you feel like a woman. Those ladies before the war, they knew what they were doing. If you take trying to keep me as far away from Hidden Valley as possible because I ask too many difficult questions as a sign of respect, oh yeah. That's not to say I don't get along with them. I just think they don't know what to do with me sometimes.
There's one more question I want
Should've
to
brought
ask.
something. Aw. What's up?
Which one is it now? I could ask her that.
Ever been nosy? I was, once. We were pretty young, but I like to think it was love. She left the Brotherhood. Wanted to put some distance between herself and her parents. Since our membership isn't open to outsiders, some members think that obligates all of us to procreate. You can guess which camp her parents belong to. No. Couldn't bring myself to leave everyone else behind. Couldn't convince her to stay, either. I'd hoped love would be enough to influence her decision, but it wasn't. We were both too stubborn. I don't know where she is now, but I'm sure she's moved on. I still think about her, though. Once in a while.
Maybe we'll meet that member of the Brotherhood of Steel. In the meantime, though, Let's see about getting you that dress. Because I think I know just the person to talk to. Rather not the person to talk to, but the place to go. Presidential suite.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress? Hey, a dress. Thank you. I am totally trying this on later. What's up? I wanna... What's up?
Yeah. She's got a dress now. My fancy gambler outfit.
Are you ready to head for the dam? Caesar's Legion is due to attack at any moment. Sure, no problem. So long as the Legion doesn't attack before you can get there, which I'm sure they won't. Are you ready to head for the dam? Well, just seems like it might...
Okay. Ready by the regiments of the followers and between the dam. Okay. So. Just wait 24 hours. Wonder if gonna satisfy with the dress.
What's up?
She seems happy. Headache with me.
Aw.
Right. Oh. Gotta drop some things off. Okay, so we're going to need as much room as we can get. So, basically, So we're going to be going away for a little bit. I need to try drop some stuff. Gotta find safe places to put it. Three more of these as well. So I might have to do that beginning of the next part, because I think I'm gonna have to get off my eyelids to get a bit heavy. Okay. So that's better with me in here. Some of my cases I don't really need. Give us. Put something in there that I wish I need back. A lot of these things I don't really need. Oh, I don't really need all that lead either. Do I have the sanitizer? Food sanitizer, great, okay, that's right. Right, the reason why I'm packing so light is because we're going to need it to go to another place. And I believe that it is going to be a bit far out. I'm trying to think where it is now. Where is it? I thought it was around Bonnie Springs. Good Springs. Video Canyon Wreckage. Basically, I'm looking to start. In fact, why am I doing that? Have a Trails Expedition. Ah, Northern Passage. I thought it might be there. I swear. So, we're going to go on a little adventure. So the next part, we'll be doing the Honest Hearts DLC, if I'm correct. I think it's the first one, because I want to do them all in order. And this is going to be the beginning of the Ulysses arc, the Lost Career. So yeah, so we've got to go across 4 different DLCs. So the thumbnails for these will change. I'll try and get each one done in a single part, but some of these might take 2, maybe even 3 parts to do. I need a shovel. Damn. So, into this cave we go, but we'll do the next part. So I'm going to get off, so thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. It's time for now.